It's your girl, Biola, Connie here with a new YouTube video. Today I'm going to be kind of walking you through a quote unquote productive day in the midst of burnout rather. Now I set my alarm every day at around 7 a.m., 7:30, usually 7:30, and I will hit my snooze when it goes off and sleep until 8. And I turned off my alarm and actually slept until 8:30, and now it is 8:48. So I don't know if that's productive or not. I don't know. But that's what's happening right now. I'm gonna get up. So I actually start my morning similar to how a lot of us start our morning, and that is by going to the bathroom. I actually go to the bathroom twice in the morning, and the first time I go is just to do number one, and then I'm brushing my teeth, which, like I said, is something we all do. And that lets you know that our morning routines are pretty similar, and our productivity is more so emblematic of our lifestyle and not necessarily by how much we can fit into our days. Now, I always start my morning with some hot water and magnesium powder to help my bowel movements and to also help with my anxiety. Now, y'all, if I don't have a bowel movement in the morning, it greatly affects my productivity. And I find that when I'm out of routine, that is when my bowel movements become irregular. Now, on this particular day, I thought while I was waiting for my hot water to boil, why don't I go ahead and put that damn duvet cover on my comforter that has been sitting on the edge of my bed for about 2 weeks. Now, I don't know about y'all, but putting on duvet covers is so tedious to me and something that I tend to avoid doing. You have to make sure you get the comforter in all the crevices of the duvet, and it can just be really time consuming. A little task that I don't really like to do. But for the YouTube fam, I was like, let's make our bed nice and presentable. Something that I also realized several years ago is that I thrive off of routine. I really think it's the Capricorn in me, the earth sign in me. But when I've been going through this experience of burnout, what has really helped with my productivity is to really stick to my routine. It's been really helpful for me. Now I'm getting my water, it's boiling, and just putting that in with my magnesium powder. And I'll actually go back to bed with my hot water, but not to sleep. I'll go back to bed to sit in stillness and to meditate. Also to drink my water. I have a large jar that fits about 3 cups of water, and I'll keep that right next to my bed, and I'll chug that, and then I will meditate for a little bit, and then by that time my hot water is cooled, and I will slowly sip that as well. Now, sometimes I'm meditating, sometimes I'm just resting in stillness, observing my surroundings and kind of looking around without moving to my phone or running to a device, just letting myself be in silence. I have this really beautiful painting that my friend Michelle did a while back and gifted to me, and I'll find myself looking at that and noticing new shapes, and it's just a nice therapeutic routine. Then I'll get up, and by that time my bowels are going, and I'll have my second bowel movement. Hey y'all, so some of you may be wondering what is the actual definition of burnout, and I actually watched this YouTube video with a woman named Dr. Tracy Marks. She's an African-American psychologist and psychiatrist, I believe, and she was talking specifically about how burnout is characterized by work stress, and it has 3 components, one being exhaustion, cynicism, and inefficacy. And I think I was wondering, was I experiencing or am I experiencing depression? but I still feel very joyous and happy on the weekends or anytime that I'm not working. So that helped me to really see that what I'm actually experiencing is not depression, but more so just burnout. Being productive in the midst of burnout can be challenging, right? Because I'm feeling burnt out from my work. I did say in my last video, if you haven't watched it, check it out here. I did say that I've been an entrepreneur now for a long amount of time, and it's just this year that I really started to feel exhausted from doing this work. Luckily, I do have the support of amazing business partners and other people who work with me to bring things to fruition, including our new weekly live streams that we're hosting here on YouTube every week, as well as on IA, which is my online non-performative yoga platform. But there's still a lot that I have to do alone, and I just have been feeling so burned out. And with that, I haven't been feeling like my days have been as productive as they could be. As y'all watch this video, seeing that I'm waking up a little bit later, taking a little bit more time to get out of the house and get to the gym than I would like to. And my workday is starting a lot later, and as a result, I'm working well into the evenings, which used to be productive to me because I do get really creative at night. But at this point in my life, it does not feel productive to be working so far into my evenings because it takes away from my me time, my time to decompress and start to bring my energy down and not go to bed with so many thoughts rushing through my mind. Being in this place of having a productive workday in the midst of burnout is kind of like an ebb and flow. I find that you really just do what you can in the midst of that burnout, and you try to cultivate and maintain some type of routine. One of the biggest things that helps me maintain routine is training, so going to the gym. If I can maintain that, it does bring a lot of consistency and productivity to my week, and it also really inspires me to get into my work. Also, the biggest thing that has been helping me become more productive in the midst of burnout is pivoting and discerning what I really like to do and what I do not like to do. Also, allowing myself to be in this space of just burnout. I don't have to try to fix it right away, which is what I've always tried to do when I was doing any type of shadow work or anything. As soon as there's a problem, fix it. And that's like that masculine energy in me, which wants to problem solve all of the time. And I have to just be in my divine feminine and just let myself be here and move through these murky, uncharted waters that I've never really been in before in the midst of my business and in the midst of my personal life and my mental well-being. It's okay to be here and kind of figure it out slowly as opposed to just pushing my way through to come to some quick answer, which really doesn't get to the root of what I'm experiencing. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of this video, and definitely share your comments below as to how do you find productivity for yourself in periods of burnout, and how do you find productivity for yourself in periods of depression. Now, after I've had a successful bowel movement, thanks to all of that water I just chugged, y'all, I will put on my weight training shoes and I will take my butt to the gym. Now, if you follow me on the gram, you already know that I love to weight train. I love how it fortifies my body and allows me to explore new elements of strength while stabilizing the muscles around my spine to support my spinal curvature. Now, one of the ways that I notice society or American society tends to label productivity is by how much you can fit into a day, which tends to lead to a lot of busyness, which can be quite toxic. It was that same busyness that led me to burnout in the first place, because I was creating laundry lists of random shit that I was never completing. Now, when it comes to productivity, I find that creating routines that serve the life that I want to live and making sacrifices that support that routine while also cultivating a task list based on what needs to get done each day throughout a specific week. That is what's been most productive for me. So after I go to the gym, I shower, I come home, I eat some food. Usually around noon, I do intermittent fasting and I'll have some oatmeal or a smoothie, and then I will fill up my water bottle and take my butt out. I actually find that it's helpful for me to not work from home all of the time, and that means that I work in a co-working space. Seattle has this beautiful co-working space called The Collective, and I love coming here to work when I have a lot of admin or operational or copy-based work to do, and this is where I'll come to get that done. It's also really helpful for my productivity to put on makeup and get dressed and leave the house and work outside of the house. If I'm at home all day working from home, I'm usually going to stay in my pajamas majority of the time. I won't kind of wash my face. I won't really dress up. I won't put on anything. I'll just come home from the gym and slip into something comfortable and keep it pushing. But being able to work at a co-working space is really nice. On this particular day, I stayed all day till they closed. So, I had a little glass of wine around happy hour time while I was finalizing some copy for some new online yoga classes that are available on EA, so make sure to check those out. And then because I did stay until they closed, I did have dinner here this night, and I usually cook dinner, but I was craving a burger. I think I was close to my period, so I splurged and had this yummy burger, and this is how I closed out my evening on this productive day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you very soon.